The air felt different that morning. You know those quiet moments when the world hasn't fully woken up yet, but something in your spirit whispers everything is about to change? That was the energy pulsing across social media as whispers started spreading. Soft at first, then louder, building into a tidal wave. People were messaging each other, tagging friends, refreshing feeds like their lives depended on it. Because after years of chaos, heartbreak, accusations, and a family torn apart in the public eye, a new chapter had emerged. And this time, it was in Melody's favor. The comments sections lit up like fireworks. Finally, some wrote. Justice, others chimed. Supporters who had watched her struggle, who had prayed for her peace, who had stood with her through every betrayal and every tear, those people were rejoicing. Because according to those close to her, Melody had just secured something she had fought for with every ounce of strength she had left: the chance to rebuild her home, restore her peace, and have her children with her full time, in a stable, loving space she created with her own hands. And what made it even more powerful was this. No one saw it coming. Not like this. Not after everything she endured. But here's the thing about life. Sometimes the storms that nearly destroy you end up clearing the path to a breakthrough you never expected. This was Melody's breakthrough. For years, fans had watched the once bright love story between Melody and Martell unravel piece by piece until nothing but the raw, jagged edges of pain were left. They weren't just another reality TV couple. They were the couple folks rooted for, the pair who looked unstoppable, determined, ambitious, and polished from head to toe. On screen, they were picture perfect. Off-screen, though, the cracks were already forming. Their story began like many Southern love stories do, with two young dreamers, full of fire and ambition, determined to build an empire. And for a long time, they did. Side by side, they hustled. They created businesses together, balanced parenthood together, and built a brand around love and partnership. They represented hope for a lot of people who believed that Black love could survive anything. But life has a way of testing people, and unfortunately, not everyone passes those tests. Behind closed doors, Melody was holding everything together, managing the kids, running the businesses, and fighting to keep her marriage from falling into pieces. Meanwhile, Martell seemed to drift further and further away, chasing validation in all the wrong places. The arguments grew sharper, the silence between them grew heavier, and the betrayal that would later explode across social media, Melody felt it long before the world saw the truth play out on television. People saw the glamorous shots, the red carpet smiles, the family photos, but what we didn't see were the nights Melody cried alone while trying to figure out how everything had shifted so drastically. What we didn't see were the moments she questioned her worth, wondering if the years she poured into her marriage meant anything at all. Then came the public humiliation, the cheating allegations, the pregnancies, the exposed messages, the shifting narratives, the interviews dripping with denial. Every time Melody tried to stand tall, another wave came crashing down. And yet, she survived every single one. When she finally walked away, it wasn't out of bitterness. It wasn't revenge. It was survival. She had children to protect, a legacy to rebuild, a future to reclaim. But walking away from a marriage that deep is never simple. And walking away while raising 4 children under a magnifying glass, that's a battle on a different level. The co-parenting issues were immediate. One week things were peaceful, the next week everything combusted. There were arguments over schedules, over finances, over communication. There were accusations, interviews, social media posts, and scenes filmed for television that made everything worse. Privately and publicly, the tension never seemed to end. People around them could feel it too, the way stress settled over both households. The kids were caught in the middle. Fans watched it unfold like a real-life drama they couldn't turn away from. But those who had been through similar situations felt something deeper. They understood the pain behind Melody's smile. They recognized the exhaustion in her voice. And the truth? Melody was tired. Tired of protecting everyone but herself. Tired of swallowing her pain just to keep the peace. Tired of feeling like her family was slipping through her fingers. But what nobody expected was the turning point. The day Melody decided she wasn't just going to fight back, she was going to fight forward. She wasn't trying to destroy anyone. She wasn't moving out of anger. She simply decided she deserved a life filled with stability, love, and peace. And her children deserved that too. From there, everything changed. The real drama began slowly, quietly, like a storm forming on the horizon. But once it hit hard. According to those around them, the back-and-forth schedule became more chaotic than ever. The communication between Melody and Martell grew so strained, it felt like every phone call turned into a battlefield. Every exchange of the kids became a risk of confrontation. People close to Melody said she was emotionally drained, pulling herself together every morning just to fall apart again after the kids went to bed. She wanted things to be smooth, for their sake, but the tension was unavoidable. And when someone feels the need to constantly defend themselves, constantly protect their peace, constantly brace for the next explosion, something eventually gives way. The turning point came during a period when things were reportedly at their worst. Melody realized something deeply important. She couldn't keep letting instability chip away at her children's sense of security. They needed structure, calm. And so, she did what mothers often do. She stepped into the fire herself so her children didn't have to. Supporters say Melody moved carefully, documenting everything, staying quiet publicly, but remaining laser-focused privately. She wanted transparency. She wanted fairness. She wanted what was genuinely best for her children, not what would score points on television or social media. And that's when the shift happened. Not overnight, not suddenly, but like a slow sunrise. Melody poured herself into her home. She created routines that brought comfort. She organized family time. She worked while they slept, hustled quietly in the background, but never allowed her kids to feel the weight she carried. Her house became a sanctuary, not perfect, not without stress, but filled with love and peace. Then, something surprising happened. People noticed. Neighbors, teachers, family friends, everyone saw how centered the children seemed around her, how calm, how happy, how grounded. Those close to the situation say that over time, it became clear that the children simply thrived with Melody's stability. They flourished in the predictable environment she created, with its warmth, its structure, and its emotional safety. And soon, the narrative began to shift. Quietly, softly, but unmistakably. Where Melody once felt like she was fighting alone, suddenly it seemed like the world around her was finally catching up. People began acknowledging her strength, her sacrifices, and the peaceful home she had built from scratch. That's when the moment came, the moment fans now call her heartwarming victory. The moment where Melody, after years of heartbreak and uncertainty, found herself in a new chapter of life. Her children now lived full-time in her care, in the home she nurtured with her own hands, surrounded by love, safety, consistency, and peace. And listen, this wasn't about keeping them from their father. Not at all. They still had a relationship with him. They still saw him. They still spent meaningful time together. This wasn't about winning a battle. It was about building a stable future. The emotional weight of that shift is something only mothers who've walked this journey can truly understand. After years of sleepless nights, tears shed in silence, and prayers whispered through exhaustion, Melody could finally breathe. For once, she wasn't navigating chaos. She was guiding her family toward healing. And let me tell you, this victory didn't just impact her. It transformed everything around her. Her career flourished. Her confidence returned. Her home became a place of laughter again. Her spirit felt lighter than it had in years. The kids blossomed. They felt secure. They felt understood. They felt supported. That stability changed everything. But let's talk about the emotional side of all this, because that's where the real story lies. People often underestimate the cost of being strong for too long. They don't realize how draining it is to hold yourself together when life keeps pulling you apart. They don't see how many times Melody had to bite her tongue, wipe her tears quickly, or smile even when her heart was cracking inside. But through every storm, Melody held on to one thing: her children. They were her reason to keep standing when life tried to knock her down. They were her strength, her motivation, her anchor. And when she finally got the chance to bring them into a stable, peaceful chapter, it healed her in ways even she didn't expect. Because this wasn't just about custody. This was about reclaiming her life, her home, her identity, her motherhood. It was about proving to herself that she was enough all along. For the kids, the shift was just as meaningful. Anyone who has ever lived between two tense worlds knows the emotional toll it can take. Kids often feel like they're tiptoeing, trying not to upset anyone, trying to navigate chaos they never asked for. But once Melody established consistency, once she created a home where they felt safe and centered, everything changed. Their routines stabilized. Their moods brightened. Their confidence grew. Their laughter returned. There were nights when Melody tucked them in and felt tears of relief. Not from sadness, but from gratitude. Gratitude for peace. Gratitude for healing. Gratitude for finally seeing her children happy again. This victory also changed how people viewed Melody. Where some once doubted her or criticized her strength, now there was nothing but admiration. Women from all walks of life began commenting, "Girl, I know your pain. I went through the same thing. You inspire me to keep going. You showed us what real motherhood looks like." Melody's story became more than television drama. It became a symbol of resilience. And what's even more powerful is the way she carried herself through it all. With grace. With dignity, with quiet strength. Because real power doesn't scream. It doesn't beg to be seen. It simply shows up, consistently, every single day. Which brings us to the ending of this chapter, the part that leaves people speechless. Melody didn't win by tearing anyone down. She didn't win through revenge. She didn't win through bitterness. She won by choosing peace, by doing the work, by protecting her children, by refusing to break even when she had every reason to. Her home is now filled with warmth, structure, calm, and love. Her children are thriving. Her spirit is healing. Her future looks brighter than it has in years. And the most beautiful part? Melody isn't just surviving anymore. She's living. She's dreaming again. She's rebuilding her legacy with a steady hand and a full heart. Her story reminds us that sometimes the things that nearly destroy us end up shaping us into someone stronger, wiser, and more powerful than we ever imagined. Sometimes the hardest chapters lead to the most beautiful endings. And sometimes, just sometimes, a mother's love really does win in the end. And as we close this chapter, let's take a moment to recognize what this journey truly represents. This wasn't a story about revenge. It wasn't about who looked better in the public eye or who got the last word. This was a mother fighting through storms that would have broken a weaker spirit. This was a woman rebuilding her home brick by brick, even while life tried to tear it down piece by piece. And in the end, love won. Peace won. She won. Because when a mother is finally able to breathe again, you feel it in the atmosphere around her. When her children are safe, stable, and smiling again, that's a victory no court document could ever fully capture. It's the kind of victory that lives in the quiet moments: bedtime stories, dinner table laughs, little arms wrapped around her waist. Those are the moments Melody fought for. Those are the moments she refused to lose. And now that she's stepping into this new season, stronger than ever, one thing is clear: she's no longer surviving the storm, she's walking boldly into her sunshine. So whether you followed her from the beginning or you're just now witnessing her transformation, one thing is undeniable: this is not the end of her story. This is a new beginning, a softer beginning, a healed beginning. And if this chapter taught us anything, it's that no matter how loud the chaos gets, no matter how messy the journey becomes, peace always finds the person who refuses to give up. Melody didn't just reclaim her family. She reclaimed her power, her joy, and her future. And trust me, the best is still coming.